it does give us more credibility on the international stage, rather than samples coming from a little unknown remote island that who knows what standards they're working towards. It gives us that credibility that we are, even though small, just as capable as a big lab. And in a world that is moving more and more towards accreditation everywhere, the last thing we want to do is be left behind.
So I'm in the food and water lab, so as the name suggests, I mainly receive food and water samples. The majority of my samples come from, in terms of food, they'll be from the fishing vessels, so I'll get frozen blocks of squid and frozen fish, and that's tested as part of their kind of export requirements. And then for the water side of things, we're testing just the quality of the water, potable drinking water. But the primary reason for the accreditation is for that export to the UK and to Europe. So it just provides assurances to people buying the products that they've been handled correctly and are safe for consumption.
Whilst visiting the Food and Water Lab, Chester also took me on a tour of the General Lab, showing me behind the scenes of this invaluable part of the KEMH.
We stock 8 units of O positive, 8 units of O negative, and 2 units of A negative blood from NHSBT, and that gets sent down to us every 3 to 4 weeks via the MOD. So the lab is split up between 4 clinical scientists. So we have a haematologist, a biochemist, 2 microbiologists, and that's the clinical side. Then we have food and water side, which is just Tom, 1 food and water scientist, and we have 2 support staff that split themselves across the 2 areas. We do try and train up our microbiologists, because the skill set between food and water and microbiology are very similar, to double up as a backup for Tom when he goes on annual leave. So our team is 7 people. Ideally we would have more, but obviously limitations in size and budgets. Over here it is all manual methods for cultivating microbial samples in the islands. We do them on chromogenic agar for the majority of it. And this plate just allows us visually to see what type of bacteria that's grown on there from the colour it is come up as. In future, we would like to expand out the list of tests that we are accredited for to other food and water tests that we may want to incorporate in the future. Obviously move some over to clinical side as well, give us that sort of same accreditation, which helps when you're sending samples or results to referred labs elsewhere. They know the standards that you're meeting, and it's not just someone in a lab somewhere randomly generating numbers for you.